Welcome back, Truth Seeker. More tragic news in the world of entertainment. This time it's Dwayne Wiggins of Toni. A lot of big hits in the early 80s, or late 80s, really, early 90s. Remember, my sister loved that song, If I Had No Loot. But anyhow, they're saying he is dead from bladder cancer at age 64 today. Friday, March 7th, 2025. And I want to point out all the things that stand out about his passing. First of all, his age of death, 64, is curious because he has a Valentine's Day birthday, and their first album came out in a leap year, 1988, on April 18th. That means that album came out 64 days after his birthday. Toni's first album came out 64 days after his 27th birthday, that fateful 27, only to die in the year that album turns 37 years old at age 64 on the date 3/7. Again, that album's going to turn 37 next month, and he's dead on 3/7. Today's date obviously can be written 3/7. That's how we commonly write it in the U.S., March 7th. You can see that in Gematria, Cancer equates to 37. If you're new here, the practice of coding numbers into words comes from Kabbalah. It's known as Gematria or Gematria. There's a song out there called Gematria, the Killing Name. Today's date, though, can also be written 7/3. And remember, ritual sacrifice equates to 73 if you're new here. This system is very simple. There's 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology applied. That's what you're looking at. Cancer equals 37 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology applied to each letter. And ritual sacrifice equates to 73 with the alphabetic order and numerology applied. If you just do the alphabetic order alone, without numerology, the word sacrifice also equates to 73. And then another thing that just shows up all the time with darker complected people in the entertainment world is the number 42. A week doesn't go by that we don't talk about this. So many things connected to Black history equate to 42. Slavery, Tuskegee, the N-word, the month of February, Martin, Malcolm X, Huxtable, Cosby Show, Jackie, and a million other things. He is dead 42 days before the anniversary of the album on April 18th. And he's also dead 42 weeks and a few days after his brother's birthday, Raphael Sadiq. The phrase brothers equates to 42, and of course that is slang for Black people, the brothers. But 42 weeks and days after his brother's birthday, who was born in 66, and he's dead on the 66th day of the year. And then today's date numerology, one of the past is 3 plus 7 plus 20 plus 25, which equals 55, which of course would break down to 10 and then 1. But 55 is noteworthy because their original record label, Wing, has Gematria 55. When you spell out March 7th, funny enough, it also equals 55. The last album they put out, House of Music, equates to 55 also. And that album was put out on the day leaving 42 days left in the year. November 19th. I just said how slavery equates to 42. It also equates to 87. And he's dead 87 days after his cousin's birthday, the third member of Toni. And sadly, these numbers show up all the time. And again, you listen to a lot of these artists, they say they were used like slaves by the recording industry, where they get snuck into record deals where they make pennies on the dollar, and the people who use them and their skills and their music, make fortunes. Kind of like once upon a time, a lot of people worked on plantations and got nothing for it, while the owners of those plantations made a killing. And then what else is sad is it does seem that, legally, if you're an employer and you employ somebody, you can buy a life insurance policy on them. I have a feeling that's going on in the entertainment business because just way too many of these people die at way too young of ages, and again, money can be made off this, sadly. So, and that's the other thing too, death sells. I bet a lot of people hear this today and they're like, "Oh my God, I lost my Toni CDs like a decade ago. I should replace that." And they're probably buying them on iTunes today and all that. And again, death does sell. So there's a motive to kill these artists, especially after they're not making music anymore, and generate some more profits off what they made, years ago. So Again, look into the song Murder by Numbers by The Police about how killing's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. Look into Gematria, the killing name. Look into the movie Murder by Numbers. Look into Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders. This stuff's been popularized in fiction, but it's definitely going on in reality. So RIP to Dwayne Wiggins. And until next time, Truth Seeker.